In a triumph of courage over wisdom, I started my business at age 21, driven by raw ambition and a force of nature. I had unstoppable energy. We grew like crazy. I was in the right place at the right time. Everything was going fantastically until it wasn't. As we scaled, turnover skyrocketed. And when an external legislation change cut our revenue in 3 months flat, I was suddenly panicking. And as I looked internally to my business, I noticed all sorts of signs that we were in deep, deep trouble. I read what I could, I asked mentors for advice, and eventually I came up with just 4 systems that made an incredible difference to our turnaround and that have served me and other leaders over decades since. The first system is complete ownership. Like many founders and entrepreneurs, I wanted my fingers in every piece of the pie, making sure that how we sold and how we serviced and how we ran operations were done exactly as I wanted it to be done. The problem was, I was robbing people of their complete ownership over their domain. So we moved from a command and control structure and system to one where every single metric, process, department, or outcome had a singular owner who was completely responsible for how everything went in their area, but also responsible for communicating out to other teams what they were doing, how they were getting it done, and what promises they were making to each other. The second system was moving from individual problem solving to collective problem solving. We solve problems faster together than on our own, because someone who's in sales might have insights about how we could do something better in accounts or finance, and vice versa. So once a week, as a leadership team and in each of the departments, we would have a problem-solving meeting. The result was problems got solved soon after they arose. And that stagnancy and frustration and disengagement that comes from problems that just lag over months that become years disappeared. The third system was creating a way that we all showed up. And the mindset that we developed as part of the story we tell ourselves about ourselves is, we're a coachable team. I say it's a system because a mindset isn't accidental unless you are unintentional. But if you want to have a high-performance mindset, then you have to have a system that reminds people, what stories are we telling ourselves and what can we choose instead? So wherever we could around the office and in every conversation at the beginning of every meeting, we would talk about the importance of being coachable, meaning every one of us was always asking the question, what could we do differently next time? How could we improve? What should we stop doing? We started to hire for coachability over resume, started to promote people for an openness to growth rather than the confidence of their experience. And we discovered that the single difference to employees who go from good to extraordinary in record time is their level of coachability. Last but not least is check-ins. We had standing monthly meetings with report backs like many companies. Most people would fall asleep when it wasn't their turn. But what we realized is there's a difference between report backs and check-ins. Check-ins should be more regular than monthly, ideally weekly, sometimes just those daily walking around and seeing how people are doing, checking in on their welfare, on their lives, on their projects, what's working and what isn't, not in a way that occurs for people as micromanaging, but as care expressed out loud. These 4C systems can make a world of difference to how you lead a company from 400 people to 40,000 people. I challenge you to implement them into the way you think and the way you do things, and let me know in the comments how it's working for you.